And the Sacramento Kings go up against the LA Clippers and their flamboyant floor general, Baron Davis. Kings, Clippers, up next.
And there's the guidance from Paul Westphal, prepping his team. Thanks for joining us as we bring you this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Doris Burke and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Los Angeles Clippers can deliver the goods here at home. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. We've got Green. Caspi is out there with Tyreke Evans. And there's Thompson and Cousins. And for the Clippers, Butler and Griffin make up the forwards. Baron Davis and Eric Gordon pair up in the backcourt. And Kaman. Clark, when you look at the Clippers, there's no question there's talent on this roster. But an organization that's become synonymous with losing over the years, sometimes it's tough to shake that reputation.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Kevin. I mean, it's a tough burden to bear, and it's hard to change that mindset when you've been losing so much. So it's about pride, commitment, and a refocusing.
Timeout called by the Kings. And now to Doris Burke, who spoke with Vinny Del Negro. Doris?
When I asked him what they're looking to do on the offensive end, he said, well, I'll tell you what we can afford to do. We can't let their shot blockers dictate the outcome because they're always a danger with these guys. Ball movement, he said, is going to be a huge key for them as the game progresses, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Clark, so much for advanced scouting.
Sometimes that's a false prophecy, though, and you have to adjust to what the other team is coming out and running.
Evans can't get that one to fall. And it'll go the other way. The Clippers turn it over. So when you look at this Clippers roster, can the talent overcome what has made them not much of a factor in the Western Conference?
I think they will have a chance to do that, Kevin, but it'll have to happen incrementally. It's not something that will immediately flip. They're going to have to do it in stages, but they've got material there. I mean, their pantry is not barren. I mean, there's some good food in there.
Here's Evans. Here's Green.
Starting this game, nothing's going down for him.
Can't hit the reverse layup. Up top, Griffin. Outside, Gordon. Behind the arc. Shot no good. And it's Sacramento going the other way. Clark, when you look at Eric Gordon out of Indiana, can fill it up from the outside, but he certainly has the strength to finish inside as well.
Kevin, that's a great call on your part. Gordon, physical, explosive, aggressive scoring guard, and he's a guy who can find his way to the basket with force.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame.
The closer in you get, the more they'll reach in for the pilfer. You got to protect the rock.
Here's Griffin. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Griffin's got his first 2 points. Now the Kings with it. 4-point game. And it's Evans missing.
Kevin, he doesn't miss those layups often. Interior D made him think about that one, though.
Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. Still without a basket in the game. So it's Sacramento now. Great D that time from Davis.
Couldn't can it that time, but you keep taking it to the rack like that, and good things will happen for you.
Los Angeles calls timeout. The Kings are making a switch. Whiteside's checked in. Here is Davis. Thompson against Butler. Pass to Griffin. And here is Kaman.
I think this quarter particularly, we're seeing them having trouble keeping possession of the ball. Far too many turnovers right now.
Here's Caspi. Sinks it from about 9 feet out. Kings on D. Trailing by 2. Here's Griffin, and he can't manage to get up a decent shot on the foul. 2 free throws coming up. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. Blake Griffin, last season's #1 overall pick, but he had a rough start to his NBA career. Broke his kneecap on the last preseason game, and then Clark missed the entire season.
Yeah, and when you look at the Clippers, the history of the Clippers and their draft picks, Kevin, getting injured, it's just a litany of misfortune. Hopefully Blake can have this just be a blip in his career.
The Kings are making a switch. Got a piece of it.
And you look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, it's hold on to the ball. They've had 4 turnovers already this quarter.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, Tariq Evans, for his size and strength, just incredibly quick and deceptive with the basketball. Kings coach Paul Westphal said he's a walking mismatch. Another rookie last season, Stephen Curry, said, I can't think of anyone in a long time who gets to the basket better than Tariq Evans. It's a dominant skill, guys, and one that he's just beginning to expand upon.
Thank you, Doris. Clark, and this can't continue to be the story for them. You can't convert if you're handing over the ball.
Well, without question, Kevin, you're exactly right. They've had a tough time getting into their offensive flow here because they've turned it over too much.
16 wins a year ago against the West for this Kings team.
Yeah, they had the same total the prior year as well, Kevin. They were a lot worse off that year, though, but they still couldn't quite figure out the Western Conference.
Here's Davis. 1:13 left in the first. Green gets called for the reach. That's his first foul. Here is Davis. Evans picks him up. Butler. He's covered by Thompson. And Butler gets it to go. Here is Caspi. On the wing, Evans. He's guarded by Davis. Here's Cousins. Rebounded by Kaman.
Well, he was wide open for a reason. The D was just begging for him to attempt that shot.
Pass to Griffin. Shoots from 12. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. Griffin's got 5 now. Evans up top. He's guarded by Davis. Clippers leading by 3. Here's the break. Evans picks him up. And here's Griffin. He has 5. Davis, the pass to Butler. Takes it up. Cousins gets the board inside. Pass to Evans. The 3. Great D that time from Davis.
He's really struggled to get into any kind of comfortable flow here. 0 points this quarter, and he really doesn't look like himself out there.
And it's been a tight game as the second quarter gets going. Here's Bledsoe. On the floor for Sacramento. Thompson is out there with Green. Then there's Caspi. Then there's Tyreke Evans and Cousins.
And look at how he posed on the rim for a few seconds after that one. That's never going to endear you to your opponents. They don't like that kind of stuff.
No, he was enjoying that one so much he didn't want to let go.
Yeah, I think he was throwing salt in the wound, though. When he gets it going like this, you've got to double team it. That's your only hope.
Jason Thompson, 6'11". He's out of Ryder. Clark, he's got a nice face-up game.
Yeah, he's a typical modern-day power forward in that he's much more comfortable facing the basket. I watched him in college. He does have an excellent shooting stroke. I think his post-game still a work in progress, but he does do an outstanding job on the offensive glass, Kevin. 3 offensive rebounds a game last season. That puts you in the top 5, 6 in the league year in and year out.
And here are the Kings now after the Clippers pick up 2. And the Clippers, one of the less successful teams historically in the NBA, playing in the West doesn't make it any easier for them.
No, it certainly doesn't, Kevin. I mean, but they broke about even against teams in the East last season, but against the West, a totally different story. Only 15 and 37.
Here's Bledsoe. And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has some info.
Oh! He has almost supernatural bouncing ability. He can bounce right out of the building.
Only a handful of players have that kind of athleticism, Clark. Green, defended by Griffin. Back to Evans. From deep. And the rebound goes to Griffin.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
Goes up. Shot is off. And it's Sacramento going the other way. Now Casper. Here's Thompson. Came in with the defensive effort.
Well, it's hard to believe that we're at this point in the game and he still hasn't registered a single point.
Bledsoe with it. Evans gets a hand on. Here's Bledsoe. Just 5 to shoot. Takes it up. Nailed it with just a little time left on the shot clock. And the Clippers lead by 5. Evans passes to Thompson. Buries the short-range shot. He's got 12.
I didn't think they were very good in the first quarter. I mean, they took a lot of bad shots, and the open shots they got, they rushed those. But they've settled down now.
Here is Caspi. 1:58 left in the second. There's Green with the 3. Eric Gordon grabs the board. Clippers leading by 5. Butler against Thompson. A strong finish to throw it down, and he'll go to the line for one more. They get Jason Thompson.
Potential three-point play now, Kevin. He earned that one.
He can't complete the three-point play. The Kings got surprisingly good production from their backcourt last season, Clark.
Yeah, Tyreke Evans, Kevin, showed he was ready to play as a rookie and play at a high level. Bino Udrih had a career season, showing he just might be worth that mid-level contract they gave him.
Whiteside's checked in for Deonte Green. And the Clippers have possession. 7-point differential. Here's Bledsoe. Evans on the double team. Here's Griffin. Can't hit the jumper after freeing himself up with the pump fake. And for the Kings, the impressive play of Tyreke Evans and Udrih made them feel comfortable, I think, trading away their shooting star, Kevin Martin, to the Rockets. Remember that midway of the season trade?
Yeah, exactly. And you've got to give to get. And the Kings feel pretty confident about what they've got in the backcourt now. And Martin missed some time with a fractured wrist, and when he came back, things weren't gelling quite as well, so that made him expendable.
Evans passes to Whiteside. Great D that time from Griffin. We'll see what the coach has drawn up. Will they opt for the quick shot?
Great reflexes. He pounced on that one.
Here's Evans, and it's no good. Poor shot selection there, to say the least. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Griffin a screen on Evans. Shot's good by Bledsoe.
Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his track, and it freed up the easy basket.
Evans passes to Thompson. And he finishes it off with a lay-in. He's got 14.
When you get a hot hand like him, it's real simple. You need to keep going with it.
Here's Bledsoe. It's blocked. And so we wrap up the first half.
Well, it's time for our HP Happy. These two have both turned in some...
The second half just about to get underway. Here's Gordon, looking for his first bucket of the game. Griffin and Kamen are up front. Bledsoe is out there with Gordon and Butler. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Kept alive. Here's Griffin. The kick outside to Butler. And here's Bledsoe. Clippers turn it over. We'll go the other way.
That was an ugly possession. They were out of sync completely, and the ball just sailed out of bounds.
The Kings trail by 7. Here's Thompson. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. No good on the free throw. That's off as well. So he misses both. And Sacramento turns it over. Here's Bledsoe. You look back at the Clippers last season, they trade away Marcus Camby, middle of the year. Chris Kaman, their center, was vocally unhappy about it. They had some issues.
Understandably so, Kevin. I mean, Kaman enjoyed playing alongside of Camby, and when you've only made the playoffs once in your 7 years in the league, that'll certainly lead to some frustration.
Evans passes to Whiteside. And a foul call. Almost got it to go in, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Tough interior defense means not allowing easy baskets. Good foul.
And he sinks the second. Clippers leading by 8. Now Bledsoe. Now Griffin inside. And the bucket is good. Laid up and in from the assist. Griffin's got 11 points. Evans passes to Thompson. With the hook shot.
They're showing a slight advantage on the boards in this one to this point, Kevin.
And the Clippers call time here. Here's Bledsoe. It's a 10-point game. Right side, Griffin. Here's Butler. Shot is off. And the Kings the other way.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
And it's Evans missing. And so here are the Clippers. In the second half, they've only given up 1 basket coming from the free throw line. A note about Tyreek, he started wearing a heavy mouthpiece after an accidental elbow he got earlier in the season.
Yeah, he and teammate Carl Landry both wear them now. That's one way to make that a part of your official uniform, to get hit in the mouth. I mean, Landry took that elbow from Nowitzki that knocked out 5 of his teeth and left some of his teeth embedded in Nowitzki's elbow.
Here's Thompson. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Boy, they appear to be a little tight after halftime.
Dallenberg gets whistled for blocking. That is his first foul of the game.
A little too much body contact there. You have to stay in front of the ball handler by moving your feet, or you'll get tagged with that call every time.
Randy Foye, he's checked in for the Clippers. Here's Foye. Back to Griffin. And the layup is good. Griffin's got 13 points. Going back to that story about Tyreek Evans, who had the accidental elbow from Ilyasova that chipped his tooth. Did you wear a mouthpiece, Clark, when you played?
I sure did. I got my tooth knocked out when I was a junior at Ohio State. Forced me to miss the only game I missed in my career, and from that point on, I had a mouthpiece every time I played.
Did you know who knocked that tooth out?
Yeah, it was a guy played for Kent State. Grew up in the Cleveland area. I played against him in high school as well. I sure do remember it.
Nice story. Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Randy Foy.
Kevin, I'm not sure what the deal is there. It's certainly no time to be giving out cheap fouls.
Thompson against Butler. Outside Griffin. Shot clock at 2. Kept alive. Griffin a screen on Evans. Bledsoe with it. He's against Evans. Griffin. Blocked.
He's had some problems finding the range here in this quarter.
Well, Clark, how about their draft haul for this Sacramento team last season? Tyreke Evans, Caspi, all in the first round.
Well, that's scoring on your draft picks there, Kevin, when you can get a Rookie of the Year and Tyreke Evans and Omri Caspi, who actually showed that he's going to be a terrific player going forward in the league.
They recover it. Evans on the double team. Butler against Thompson. Shot clock at 2. Great play to stay with him. Kaman's got his second bucket.
That's why you can't quit on the boards, Kevin. Those second chance points, they're waiting if you stay after it.
Wasn't that a beautiful tip in, Clark? Such a nice tip.
Yeah, excellent control.
Scooped up.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Here's Butler. Kept alive. And that one's good. Griffin's got 15 points.
You have to block this guy out, Kevin. He's just too active on the boards to be left alone.
Bledsoe hits the reach-in call. That's his first foul. The Clippers making a switch here. Aminu's checked in. Then for the Kings, Deonte Green is checked in for Dallenberg. And Cousins gets it to go.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Bledsoe with it. He's got 6. Evans picks him up. Here's Aminu. And here's Griffin. With 1 second left. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there. Now Thompson. 16 points for him. Jacks up the triple. The shot's good from Evans. Evans has got himself on the board with 3 there. And the Clippers call time here. Here's Gordon. Buzzer sounds in a double-digit game as we end the third quarter. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Here's Sacramento. It's a 13-point game. On the floor for Sacramento, Carl Landry and DeMarcus Cousins, they're inside. Caspi is out there with Tyreke Evans and Udrih. Here's Griffin. Offline with the layup after the quick pump fake. And here are the Kings now, trailing by 13. Here's Evans. Rebounded by Kaman.
You know, Kevin, all these rebounds allow them to attack the defense before they have a chance to get back and set up on D.
Here's Evans. Leads him with the pass. Udrih. It's blocked. They retain possession. He stays with it. Scooped up. Landry gets the bucket.
Hallelujah! Someone put it in the hole.
It stays here. Here's Bledsoe. Covered by Evans. Here's Griffin. It's in. And the Clippers lead by